So, welcome to episode 5 of Guardian Popcorn. I think everyone can hear us now, so I'm exhausted from work, but we're all here. We got Galad as a special guest, and then we got Liger313 to my left here. And yeah, we're going to get started. First and foremost, glad, obviously, the whole Destiny community knows you, but in case we got some people here that don't know you, um, tell us who you are, what you're about.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks for having me on, first of all. Uh, as far as in the gaming world, I do go by Glad, short for Gladiator. Part of Clan Redeem, and I'm very proud because we're very competitive in the Destiny PvE world. And I'm just a full-time streamer, YouTuber, social media influencer, whatever you want to call it.
Everything, a little bit of
I just,
everything, right?
yeah, basically.
And when did you start the Twitch thing, everything about it? Like, was this when Destiny came out, or did you do something before that?
Like, so I've been full-time streaming for about 2.5 years.
Okay.
But I streamed before that, but it was more just for like close friends or the small little like PV challenge community or speedrun community that I had, which I kind of just rode with for basically since like Oryx came out,
Mm.
essentially a little bit after Crota, and I would just only stream if I was doing challenges, and then eventually sometime when Destiny 2 came out, a little bit after it came out, I decided that I was just going to start streaming stuff other than challenges, and then just kind of evolve from there. That's the short story.
No, no, that's good. And in terms of
Yeah.
raids, what was your favorite one out of all of them so far?
Oh, definitely Wrath. Definitely Wrath.
And why? Why is that? Why Wrath? Because personally, I like
Um,
Oryx. I'm all about the big boss at the end. I don't know about you, Liger.
Wait, just raids from like D1 or raids in
Everything,
general?
everything in terms of all raids.
Probably Wrath or Oryx, one of the two.
And glad
it,
why Wrath?
I don't like Oryx as a fight for a team. Uh, Oryx as a fight like with a group, I'm not a big fan of the boss design in King's Fall in general.
Okay.
I think the raid is a masterpiece, and I can totally understand why it would be somebody's favorite raid. But it just wasn't my style. But that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that it's a terrible raid or anything. I totally acknowledge it. Wrath just felt fucking awesome. Like first of all, it starts off with a boss. So
Mm-hmm.
right off the bat, you're like, holy shit, already throwing a boss at us. Like we'd never really seen that before. Then it was just very like the atmosphere was really cool. That grungy fallen ship sort of vibe and the jumping puzzle, and then you go right into another boss immediately. So I'm like, all right, part 2 of this boss, and then another jumping story, and then you
Mm-hmm.
go right into another boss, Siege Engine. So
Mm-hmm.
so it's just killing it right off the bat, and then you go into this huge area where there's all these insane puzzles with Outbreak, and
And that was pretty dope. I gotta admit.
that puzzle section was absurd with
Oh,
the
yeah.
bit or what's the word I'm looking for, binary code.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit was insane. Like I'm
That was
taking
wild.
into account all of this when I say Wrath. And then you go to a phase 1, which I thought the phase 1 was unique, and then Axis is in a boss that literally like doesn't force you to stand in a specific area, and DPS, like he was moving all around, you had to engage, you had to go slam on him, you could DPS him with swords, you could stand back and snipe him. The challenge mode had you separate onto plates, and it was the coolest challenge mode ever because it would fill you up and it would give you super. It was just, I just thought it was a really
And
well done raid, and the armor was
yeah, I
cool.
was about to
The
say.
perk on the gloves was cool. A lot of the weapons like weren't bad. Now King's Fall did have some cool weapons too, preferably the machine gun. But yeah, the color scheme was awesome. I just loved Wrath. Wrath is great.
And
I think it's a good pinnacle raid experience for Destiny.
And I'm sure in terms of Oryx, I'm sure we all remember the basketball court. I think that was the one,
Oh
like
yeah,
the
that was cool.
it was one of the coolest things that everyone found out. But I think the binary and Wrath takes the cake because that was
Yeah,
it was actually a good weapon right after that, right? So
Yeah, nothing really beats that. The whole thing from like start to finish to how, you had to do everything. It was it was so much fun.
yeah. It was
And then
nuts.
also the puzzle with for the one chest in the one room, the globe room or whatever,
Mm.
with all the different um
Talking
Wait.
about the thing for the exotic, the pulse rifle.
Yeah. Wait, was that the binary part? No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That whole quest was involved with Outbreak.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
having to go jump on the certain
Mhm.
certain disc and everything. It was
Yeah.
not fun.
And in terms of Destiny, everyone's excited for obviously Beyond Light. Is obviously we're gonna get a raid, and in terms of the TWAB, they make it seem like the raid is gonna come out on November 10th, which I hope
No,
not.
they confirmed that was
No?
a mistype.
Mistype?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And is there something you hope that the raid has that we haven't gotten before? Because I'm
I
sure
keep it simple. I just won 3 bosses.
3 bosses. All right. Do you want plates still, or you want something new? I'm just saying.
I won 3 bosses, man. That's it. Blow my mind. I just won 3 bosses.
Three different bosses,
Mhm.
obviously.
Yeah, I love raids with bosses. All my favorite raids have a lot of bosses in them.
So kind of like how King's Fall was.
So once again, I get a lot of hate for this. I don't like how King's Fall's bosses were designed. Besides, Golgoroth was a wonderful fight.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
But Golgoroth was awesome, but it still follows King's Fall. Like literally, this is King's Fall for you. Besides the entrance, do something, stand in an area, do something, collect a buff. Everyone gathers together, stands in a tight little area. DPS is a boss. Everybody spreads out and
and
moves
rinse
on.
and then rinse and repeat.
That's the whole raid. So like I don't know. I just don't like the design of how you damage everything. And then the Oryx fight as a group there's no room for improvement. You're not rewarded for optimizing. You have to do 16 bombs, 4 phases, challenge mode, whatever you want to do. You stand in a tight little circle and you DPS. Yeah. Nothing hurts you. The boss doesn't hurt you. It's just his minions that hurt you. I don't know. I just feel like the Oryx fight as a group was it was so cool to look at, but then when you really and there's a lot going on, and I praise the mechanics and how it looks aesthetically, but I just didn't like every time I had to do Oryx, I was like, I know it's just gonna be 4 rounds of plates and DPSing in the center. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just, and then you do Axis, and it's like, oh shit, let me try using a shotgun. Let me use a sword. You're running all over the place. You don't have to be anywhere specific.
And you got to keep moving around. No, I totally get it.
I like bosses that move. I like bosses that damage you. I like
thinking about it that way, it kind of reminds me of kind of gets me excited for Atheon. Like obviously it's going to get remastered coming back, and that raid specifically, you got to keep moving around. It's not so much staying in a plate except for the very end, but at least you got to disperse and get the get everything back in the left and right side, which is nice. So
Atheon was cool.
I think I agree. I hope we don't have to stay in one plate or do plates in general. Hopefully we have to, I don't know. Actually, speaking of Wrath, I kind of like the screens part as well, right? Like where you have to shoot the screens. And then the one part
of this crazy quest,
yeah.
And then getting into the certain doors and stuff, that was fun. People never understood left, right, front, back, but it's okay.
And and
back left, back. What are you doing in back right? We said back left.
See, people used to fucking argue. They would say when you walk in the King's Fall, is Oryx at the front of the room or the back of the room? And I always said he's at the front. And people would say, well, you're walking in the door, so the door's the front. I'm like, yeah, but no, he's your focus. He's your attention. He's
100%.
your teacher. He's your teacher. He's your main focus of the room. When you walk into a classroom, the teacher is at the front of the room. You know what I mean? That's where your focus is. So yeah, he rotates around, but I think Oryx definitely it's his stage. It's literally where he goes at the front. So I feel very strongly about Oryx in the front of the room. And then in Slayer, I'll sit here and he'll argue. We used to argue about this all the time. Slayer being Oryx being in the back of the room. But
that's just that I don't know. That's weird. Because I agree with the classroom thing. If you go into a classroom, but now sometimes the door could be in the front or the back, but it's just a matter of your attention. So I don't know how you could think that he's in the back of the room.
Yeah, I mean I can understand it, but I'm still gonna argue.
And in terms of obviously, let's step away from Keto for a second. And what I'm gonna do as well is
you mean Destiny?
Sorry, yeah, I want to get into Keto for a second.
Yeah.
Give me one second. I just want to mute this here. There we go. Sorry. There we go. I had to just disable some sounds. Everyone keeps spamming me. DG, I'm looking at you spamming me in the chats, all right? Spamming me in Discord. That guy does not stop talking to me. But in terms of, let's get away from Destiny, because obviously you do that a lot. And although we do all enjoy Destiny, I think right now Destiny needs some time to, get ready for November. So I don't want to like bore everyone in the chats here about Destiny. So I do want to know more about keto and like where that got you started. Obviously, a lot of people ask you about keto, and I know there's some people in the chats that do enjoy that. So if you want to like explain like why it got you started, and then I want to ask you like some deeper questions about it. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I first off want to say, but like I can only talk highly of it from my own experiences and experiences of those around me. I am by no means like trying to prescribe a lifestyle to somebody, because this is basically just me covering myself and saying, do your own research and talk to a professional before you decide to make a huge life change like keto, because I'm essentially cutting out a huge part of what most people eat on a daily basis, which is carbohydrates. The biggest I think I hate just I don't like the word diet in general.
Okay.
And I hate the whole low fat, low carb diet thing. I think it's fucking terrible. Like low fat yogurt, low fat this, low fat that, don't eat carbs either. It's like, where are you getting all your energy from?
Yeah.
Protein? Tell me how that makes you feel. Like shit. That's why people hate diets, and diets don't work. What I do is I consider just more of like a total shift in the way that my body works. And I found out about it through Joe Rogan. I used to listen to his podcast all the time. Not much anymore because I'm busy, like out of my mind a lot. But he brought it up, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And, like everybody, initially, I was like, that doesn't sound right. That sounds really unhealthy. That sounds like a heart attack. But instead of judging it, like most people do, I did a little research, and I looked at some articles and read some stuff from a bunch of people, anecdotal, and from doctors and stuff. And I really understood what it was doing, why it was so successful. So I just said, fuck it. This sounds insane. I was over the whole, I used to be a big power lifter, so I used to be like really muscular. And I was just kind of like over all of that, but I care very, very much about my health. And I find direct correlations with being physically healthy and being mentally healthy. When I get out of shape and I start to let myself go, I get in these cycles where my mind just, is mean to me, and then I eat because I'm unhappy. I hate to like quote Austin Powers, but I'm unhappy because I eat, and I eat because I'm, what I mean?
Yeah, you stress eat.
Yeah, so you literally just get in this like cycle when I get unhealthy. And I found the best way to just avoid all that, just get rid of that part of my stress in my life, is just stay healthy all the time. Literally just focus on work out every single day, eat healthy every single day, pay attention to what you're putting in your body. I mean, obviously, I'm not a weirdo. If I go to weddings or parties or like meet and greets or anything, I'm gonna fucking drink up and eat all sorts of junk. I have a huge candy sweet tooth. Put 5 pounds of Swedish fish in front of my face, it's gone. No problem.
Holy shit.
Absolutely no problem with that. But like when it's back down to business and it's back to me, back here by myself, doing my thing, I'm chilling. I'm eating healthy, and I throw out all my food. I just went on a huge tangent. Sorry. And I throw out all
it's
my
all good.
food,
It's all good.
And I just bought keto food. I researched what it was, and I was like, okay, it's not really restrictive. If you just can't eat fucking carbs, and I'm like, but you can literally eat whatever you want as long as you're hitting your numbers. So I did a bunch of math, researched it for about 2 to 3 weeks before I did it. Bought a bunch of food. This was like 6 years ago or whatever, and I've just never looked back.
And
I stopped. The biggest change that it's done for me, besides it how can I even word this? It makes you feel smarter. It literally makes you feel
I heard
smarter.
it makes you feel more alert, I guess.
It makes you feel way more aware, smarter, just more on the fucking ball. Like it's almost like a primal feeling. And some people fucking say it's bullshit and it's placebo. You don't do what I do. All right, it's amazing. I stopped napping. I never nap anymore, ever.
Oh,
used to
I
nap all
love
the
I
time.
love napping. My God.
I know. I used to too.
Hey,
But the point is, I'm not tired. My energy levels are just through the roof.
So-
I like. So like I can do these really long streams all the time. I don't do them as much anymore because I'm just trying to like not get burnt out because I can see how that can happen. But like, you know, I used to get tired midday and I get groggy around 2 or 3 p.m. and I just like all that stopped.
So what's
I've never been the best. What's that?
I was gonna say, what's a typical day then for you? Like you say you work out every day, you're following keto. Like when do you sleep? When do you wake up? Like what's a typical Glad day?
I mean, the first thing I do is I wake up and I just like wash my face and brush my teeth. That's usually the first thing.
We hope so.
I really don't.
We hope so.
Just like getting the teeth brush out of the way. And then I always work out. It's the first thing I do before I eat any food. I might sneeze, by the way.
It's all good.
And if blood comes out, don't worry about it.
I was gonna say, don't let blood come
We'll
out.
talk about this, yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
You got it. You got to remind me about teeth brushing, by the way.
Okay.
You have to work. I'm a fan of working out on an empty stomach.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Because it's just better. Like you just burn more calories and
Do you
it's out of the way. You feel good. If I don't work out in the morning on an empty stomach, I feel like shit the rest of the day.
do you fast? Like do you do intermittent fasting as well?
Yeah, so I only eat when I stream.
Oh,
So so I
Genius.
started doing this, and my chat started. They love it. They were like, "Oh my god, it's so funny." So then we developed eat emotes. Like we have a Glad eat emote. That's just
Yeah, I
like,
see some people with
Yeah.
a lot of eating emotes there. Yeah, I see Mikey Heads posting one there. No, I totally get
And,
it. They could eat with you, right, while you're streaming. They could have
They
like
just
you
like
right
when I eat.
there.
They're always like, "What are you eating? What's your food? What And they're interested about why I'm always eating the foods that I'm eating. So I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna only eat when I stream because I used to eat after stream, but I kind of like eating during stream now, and it's kind of another thing to do with chat. I don't know. It's weird. Some people actually don't like it. They're like, dude, I think it's so rude when streamers just eat their food. And I'm like, well, I'm not eating into my mic. And if you don't like it, then like
You know what's funny?
just don't.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna call him out. Liger hates streamers that
I
eat.
despise it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you say that? I'm like this bitch right here to my left. He's
But no, it's all good. I mean,
the thing is, you can't hear me when I'm eating. You can't hear the food. You can't hear anything. You just literally see me funneling food down my throat.
and that's fine. It's the people who are like the inconsiderate ones who are like right in front of their fucking mic and they're like,
Yeah, no, that's
"Yeah,
ridiculous.
this is a fucking ASMR stream, okay?"
That's
like,
ridiculous. I
yeah,
would
like
never.
that shit. Just
The only thing you can hear is if I have like a bag, and I'm such a glutton that like I don't eat and I'm picky about stuff on my fingers, so I don't just like pick things out and eat. I literally just take the fucking bag.
So what's the number one thing you enjoy eating the most? Like what is it? Your go-to?
I mean, it would have to be chicken wings. Would be my favorite overall food.
What flavor? What are we talking here?
Just a basic like house buffalo sauce.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
just like they're nice in the middle. You know, not their ridiculous like 911, but not their like no sauce bullshit. Like a nice like mild buffalo sauce
okay.
is amazing.
Very nice.
And
What
then
go ahead.
yeah. No, good. I mean, that's,
What? So obviously you got into keto because you wanted to make changes and everything. You wanted to feel better, and you said you were a power lifter in your past. So have you always just been like a workout driven, muscular, like driven person, or was there a point? Was there a
ever
point in your
since I
life?
can remember. So
Yeah.
My father was one of 3 sons, and he was the most athletic out of all of them.
Okay.
And he was just always crushing records, you know. So I was his first son, and I feel like my father almost felt like he had something to maybe prove, or that he wanted to like show me off to his family and say, you know, I was the most athletic. I think this is what's going on subconsciously, personally. He's never actually said this. So he just my whole life, just sports has been pushed on me.
But did you enjoy it though? Like regardless of that?
It's funny because I did it first, and you know my brother wasn't as athletic as me. He got like my mom's genes, I got my dad's athletic genes. So my whole life was just whatever you need for sports, we got you. Like, you want to, oh, you're not getting fat, you want to eat, just food, here, eat as much as you want. So that's how I became such a glutton, because I just was always, as a kid, just eat. I would just finish everything that my family didn't eat. I was just constantly eating all the time, as much as I possibly could. And I just would never get fat because I was so active all the time. You know,
Fuck
some
you.
people, like, I was never inside. I was just always on the move all the time. Sports practice, another sports practice. Got home from practice. Dad would take me out, hit me fly balls. I was just always, you know, on my bike, just constantly an active kid. I didn't get, like, as much video games as I played, which I played a lot. I only played video games when I was just exhausted from playing for the day, you know? So I always made sure to prioritize. And that's kind of what created, like, I just always felt good being active, you know?
And you seem to be like a very positive person in the community. Is that like from your mom's side? Is that your mom's a more positive?
I mean, both of my parents for sure. I mean, I owe a lot to my parents. They did a really good job of, like, setting an example, and I saw this with my other sisters, like, not being too parenty, but not being too friendly as well. Like, I think, I'm not a parent, so I don't fucking know, but I personally feel that there's a nice balance between being friends with your kids, but also, like, you know what I mean? Like, letting them know that fucking, you listen, we're in charge here, but it's not going to be straight prison. You know, we're your friend. We're going to have fun with you and joke around with you. And that created a really healthy relationship.
That's awesome.
You know, with my parents, and just generally made me, I've always been a very content person. You know, I've always been able to deal with stressful situations. I've always been able to ignore things that aren't under my control, and just to not let things bother me. Like, a lot of times people will get worked up over things that just don't fucking matter, and they worry about too much shit that just doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, Liger, can't you learn from that? No, I'm sorry.
I should. No, you're right. That's one of my downfalls. But this isn't about me, Spider. It's about Glad. So you said you played baseball. What other sports did you play? Did you play, like, through high school and stuff? Or...
Yeah, I did. I played football, baseball, and golf in high school. Wasn't much of a basketball player, but played it, like, just for fun in my backyard. My dad built a court when I was a kid. On, like, asphalt in the backyard. I suck at tennis, but I love just hitting a ball on a court.
Fair enough. What about you? You mentioned golf. Are you good at golf?
I used to be. I mean, I used to be like a 10 handicap, which I think is really good.
That's respectable. That's like mid-80s. It's mid-80s.
That was like 81, 82, 83 in tournaments,
Yeah, absolutely. That's breaking 90, which 1% of golfers can do. So
I was very happy when I shot my first 10 over. I was just like, oh, yeah, thank God. But I never shot in the 70s. I quit. I just stopped playing.
Well, it's satisfying to shoot in the 70s for sure, because you know everything.
Oh, yeah, I wish.
Everything's kind of going right. 2 weeks ago, I played with my dad, and I shot a 77. So
it's nuts. Yeah, so you fully know what you're doing.
Yeah, it was fun, and then it's like, oh, I know the 5-6 shots that I missed that I could either shot even par or broke par. So it's really fun when it gets to that level, because it's like psychological.
Oh yeah, I mean, as with most golfers, you can imagine where I lost most of my strokes, right around the green.
That's where I make up all my strokes.
Damn, that's where I struggled. I could hit the ball far, I could get it close, but if I missed the green, man.
Yeah.
That's where I would.
Short game's definitely a son of a bitch.
I just struggled with it. I always never knew which club to pick, and because I focused too much on my general swing and not enough on my short game, so I would always lose strokes there. You know, where I should,
No, I hear
up and in. I'd be friggin' either 3-putting or.
Oh yeah, that's everyone's pain. The dreaded 3-putt. But no, that's cool. It's cool that you've been active and you played sports growing up, and that kind of kept you going. And then now you've you feel like you've really fine-tuned it basically with keto, and now you're super content now, right?
Oh yeah. No, that's nice. I just have my workout routine, and the way that I eat is very healthy, despite what many people may think.
It's kind
of Go ahead, Spider.
No, I was gonna say it's funny because it's like he's been like Glad has been competitive his whole life, sports, and
Yeah.
then now he's in gaming, and now you're competitive
Yeah.
in gaming. I see those belts behind you.
I
You
do.
know, I see it.
They're pretty fine.
We've seen the pictures, we've seen the tweets, you know, of all those pictures. Like it's kind of crazy. You've been competitive. Like, are you always used to like winning like back in the day too?
I'm weird. I'm like I don't have a meter in between. I'm either I don't give a fuck about something or I'm just 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't like to participate in things that I'm not good at yet until I practice them by myself, you know. Make the
Yeah.
gains in the weight room and then come out and show them. So
That's pretty cool. What is your workout routine? What do you
it
do?
varies all the time. Like right now I'm just lifting heavier
Okay.
just to put on a little weight. I don't know. I
Is-
just change it up.
Is there a goal in mind? Like, obviously, for some people they want to lose weight. For some others, they want to gain
Nah,
muscle.
just stay low body fat.
Okay.
That's my goal.
And before I forget, you wanted us to remind you about brushing your teeth. So what's that all about?
Oh yeah, fucking. I just found out that a couple months, or maybe like a month ago or something, that you're not supposed to actually rinse after brushing your teeth.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You're just supposed to
brush
spit.
your teeth and then just spit all the excess toothpaste out, and then let the remaining stuff continue to clean your teeth.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not know that either.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why
I
is
just
my
found that
dentist
out.
never
I've been
told
doing
me
it
that?
wrong my whole life, so I started doing this, and it's amazing and weird. At first it's weird.
Really? Wow.
Wow, I didn't. That kind of
What the
blows my
fuck am I
mind.
paying my dentist? They're setting us up to fail.
I just spent $7,000 on Invisalign, and that guy
That's
never
some
told
bullshit.
me shit. That's crazy. Holy shit!
Yeah, they don't tell you this.
Wow,
Well, there you go.
I'm speechless.
Everyone knows now. Chat, don't rinse your teeth out.
I'm about to do that tonight. I'm gonna tweet out to Glad and be like, "Thank you for
Yeah.
helping me
I'm
out."
gonna call my dentist out in like 3 weeks when I have a cleaning appointment. I'm gonna say, so a little birdie told me that you're not supposed to rinse after you brush your teeth. Why haven't you guys told me this? I've been coming here since I was like 10.
Maybe that's why they just want to keep you coming there. So.
That's what I'm saying. They want me to get cavities. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I've never had cavities in my life. I can say that,
What?
so I'm happy.
Are you serious?
0 cavities. Never had one in my life.
That's impressive.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Brazilians, I tell you.
Those Brazilian, Canadian, Chileans, people that look like Polish. I don't know. But I had a guy actually call me earlier. I work for Samsung, so I had like a store call me. They had a question, and then he has a Polish customer, right? He's like, Alex, I'm looking for this fridge, yada yada. Can you speak Polish to the customer? And he just gives her the phone. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, man, but I'm like, I look Polish, but I'm not. I'm sorry. I'll speak to you in Portuguese, maybe a little bit of Spanish, but I not to this point. And then he's just like, wait a minute, you do not look Brazilian. You scare me. And he just hangs up on me. Because no one believes you, right? Based on like what you see. But it's fun being like in a subway or in a crowded area, and if you hear other languages that you understand, it kind of makes it exciting. Like, I don't know if you know any other languages, Glad, or
Nah, dude.
English only.
do.
That's it.
I'm the definition of a freaking American.
One thing I want to do something different in terms of podcasts. Obviously, we can go all day like getting to know you, but I want to cut in like a quick little fun little activity. We have 3 cool activities for today. And the first one, I know you're big into celebrities. I know one in particular is Lexi Pantera, and I'm sure that you have a bunch of other actors that you enjoy. But I want to like shoot out some like random like questions of like who's your favorite type of thing. So for example, if you were to make your own movie, who would be the director?
Director would be Quentin Tarantino.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
for sure.
Boy.
And
I have to think about that one.
that's a good choice. And now, who's the main actor? Who's the lead? The male lead.
Big fan of Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Good
And
choices. Good choices.
when they work together, man, like Quentin Tarantino doing Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio in his last movie. Ugh.
I need to watch that movie. Yeah, I'm gonna add that to my list.
It's-
I think it's like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? I think that's the one.
Yup.
Yeah. Okay. I need to
Yep.
watch that.
Sign off. I also need to watch that.
I love everything about Leo's just such an amazing actor.
I don't
And
think he
Brad
does
Pitt
bad
is-
movies. Like I don't think either of them do bad
Nah.
movies, honestly. So
And I know these names are like super cliche, mainstream actor names, but I mean,
No,
Brad
they-
Pitt is also just an incredible actor. Like he nails it every single movie he's in, and he's just a stud. He's just a freaking. He's a male, dude.
he's
know?
the man.
He is a male.
Female actress. Who's the female lead in your movie?
Female lead. Okay. So I love a strong female lead movie, and there are so many.
Especially
amazing-
nowadays. Yeah.
I
yeah.
know. Oh my God! So I'm a huge fan of Natalie Portman.
Okay.
She kills it. But I also really respect Charlize Theron.
Oh, bro, did you see her last movie on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
That was that ending.
Yeah.
blew my
At the
mind.
beginning of the movie, I was like, wait.
What's happening?
Oh,
It's gonna get
I see.
good.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but
No.
within the first 10 minutes of the movie, you are revealed to a massive piece of information.
Honestly, ever since she was on Mad Max with
Wait.
with Tom Hardy, I think that was her like action like I think that's where
Oh,
it all
yeah.
started, right? So from
She
that
killed
movie,
that role.
yeah.
She absolutely destroyed that role.
Do I need to rewatch that movie now that you just said that because I don't know what you just meant?
It's the
The one where you can't die, and on Netflix it just came out.
What?
Oh, it's in the
fuck?
trailer.
spoilers.
It's in the trailer. But yeah, that's all you know. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm confused. Okay, I've seen it. I know. Okay, never mind.
I'm not gonna spoil it. Yeah, the old guard. There we go. Thank you, Loki.
Yeah,
Appreciate
It
it.
was good, yeah. But yeah,
Thanks,
he
Walter.
there's a very confusing part early in the movie, and you think it's gonna go one way, and then you're like, oh shit.
Okay,
Alright.
Noted.
now let's move into if you were to make a scary movie, who's your are you gonna stick with these two actors that you've chosen, like Brad Pitt and Charlize Theron? Who's your scary movie? Like, what's the who's gonna lead that movie for you?
Lead or direct? Because I wouldn't have Tarantino direct a scary movie.
Let's do either. Let's do direct.
I would probably go more. Oh my God, who would I even have direct a scary movie?
It's hard. I don't know anyone that directs for scaries.
So one person that really comes to my mind, but they're still very new, is Ari Aster.
Okay. I'm not sure if I'm
I
familiar
might
with
be
them.
pronouncing his name wrong. I do apologize.
What movie have they done recently?
So he did Hereditary, was his first ever
Oh.
feature length, and then he did Midsummer was his second film, and they're both amazing films, incredible. I think more people like Hereditary, but I think I like Midsummer more because it's about a cult, and I like cult movies
Okay.
a
Okay.
lot. Like I like anything that's about some shit that actually happens or could happen. Like I like movies about cults, devil, demons, exorcisms. You know what I mean? Like real fucked up shit that like people claim is cults are real, but like I like the stuff that
Supernatural
could
type
be
of thing.
real.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Did you like the? Have you seen The Village? Yeah,
I have. Yeah. No, Village is straight.
I
Village is
feel like
cool.
that's like right up your alley then.
Yeah, no, Village is definitely dope. But I live in the thriller horror genre. That's where most of my movies are watched.
So you like the eerie movies, not the ones that like just pop up
I
and
like
scare
things that make you feel really uncomfortable.
you. Okay.
So movies about cults make you feel uncomfortable. Movies about tense capture and torture make you feel uncomfortable. Movies like The Invitation. You know that something's wrong, but you're not really sure what's wrong. And these are real people that have gone through real things in the world, and it's just I don't know. It just doesn't feel like you should be there watching what you're watching.
Yeah, I think in a way if you can relate to it in some way,
Yeah.
Okay, next one. We have a couple more here. Who's the best superhero that you've enjoyed that has played a role? Is it like Robert Downey as Iron Man? Is it Chris Hemsworth? Like, who's your top guy?
So I'm actually not. I was never really into like superhero comics as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have like super strong opinions about this, but my favorite movies have always been anything with Spider-Man in it.
Oh,
Yeah, Spider-Man's awesome.
good choice,
All right,
buddy.
so
Good
I'm
choice.
gonna say it.
Good choice.
Tobey Maguire,
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, or Tom Holland. Who's the best
So, all
Spider-Man?
right, so I will say my favorite individual Spider-Man movie was the second one, Spider-Man 2,
With Tobey Maguire?
with Doc Ock, Tobey Maguire. I think that is a wonderful movie.
100%. The best
Excellent
live
film.
action movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
The first one was great. The third one, we'll just leave that. As
Yeah,
it
it
is.
doesn't exist.
I thought Andrew Garfield, he looked good for the role.
He has the best costume, in my opinion. In the second movie, I think it was spot on.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, his costume was interesting.
Big eyes, the red and blue is perfect. I like.
Yeah,
I
it
like
was
that.
pretty cool, and the texture was it the difference between his costume and the other ones is the way that it fit him was different. You could see like folds in the costume. It almost gave it a more like a realistic vibe to
Yeah.
something that you would actually wear is made out of a material. But I mean, who doesn't love Tom Holland, dude? I mean,
Well, he's gonna be in that role for a very long time,
yeah, he's great. I mean, you can't.
and he's gonna
it's
be
just-
Drake at what is it, Uncharted, right? So he's
Nathan Drake.
Nathan
yeah,
Drake,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, in terms of who's your favorite villain role? It doesn't have to be superhero, but villain in general. Who's been your favorite?
Oh.
It's a tough one. There's a lot of good villain movies out there.
I would have to go with the Jew Hunter from Inglorious Bastards.
Okay, good choice. Yeah. I'd have to go with the
Nailed
Joker. That Joker movie was incredible.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just trying to think not
Not an actual, yeah.
not superhero.
All right, let's see here.
Christoph Waltz, man. If you've never seen Inglorious Bastards, check it out. He
I
plays the
haven't.
main.
I probably should, right?
He plays the main villain. It's about Nazi Germany.
Yeah,
stuff like
no, I
that.
know
So-
it. I know there's a lot of good people in it too,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
There's
there's
a
an
lot of
amazing
people in
cast.
that
Brad Pitt is the good guy, and Christoph
Yeah.
Waltz is the bad guy, and he plays what they coin as the Jew Hunter in the movie.
I'm gonna assume
literally-
that you have a man crush on Brad Pitt, eh?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I say he's a stud, dude. Well, that was the first. That was when he casted him in that movie, and then I heard what the material is about, and I was like, ooh, super controversial topic, which Tarantino is no stranger to. He's always pushing the line for sure.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, Brad Pitt. And then I saw this Christoph Waltz guy, and I was like, who is this guy? And he comes in the movie and just starts speaking all these different languages fluently. And I'm like, all right, this guy's good. And he's funny and weird and quirky, but also like my favorite scene out of all Tarantino movies is the very first scene of Inglorious Bastards. The conversation that the Jew Hunter has with.
I actually love that movie a lot, honestly. Another Brad Pitt movie I love is actually another two would be Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I love that
That's
movie.
a good one.
Love it. And then the next one would have to be Benjamin Button, because that was the one movie
yeah.
I didn't watch the trailer
God.
for. I went and I'm just like, whoa, what's happening to him?
Yeah.
What?
That movie was
that
movie was
movie.
really trippy. It was super trippy. I just watched. I rewatched all the 3 Ocean movies last week.
Oh, that's
yes.
a good one, man.
Yeah.
Oh
Those
my
are so
god.
good.
The
Those are
first and the
classic.
third are definitely really good. The second is my least favorite. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Re-
Doesn't
okay.
feel-
Did you watch the? I know there was what is it? The female version of? I think it's called Ocean's
'Ocean's
12?
8?
8? Okay.
No, I actually haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it either. I might have to add
Check
that
it
to my
out.
list. One thing I did want to do today is do a cool like psychological type of activity, because you have a huge personality. You're all over the interwebs, obviously, and you've said some, some fun, controversial things on
the
stream
time,
all the
like I
time,
said.
100%.
No stranger to making people mad. That's
And
what it is.
no, and it's funny. Like I've heard all your stories about the mom, the sister, hamsters, you name it. I've been there. I've heard it. But so I want to try something different than, because I want to try to make this a little bit exciting. So
Yeah.
I want you to picture, and everyone in the chat right now, Liger, I don't think we've done this before, but everyone listening, you're more than welcome to do this. It's a little fun activity. So Glad and everyone, if you were to have a cube, and I'm sure some people may know what this is. If you were to have a cube, how big is this cube? Is it just a regular size? Is it big? Is it tiny? Is it bigger than a house? What does this look like to you?
If I had a cube?
A cube. Like a Rubik's Cube type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
How big is this?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's the size of a Rubik's Cube. Because the first thing that comes to my mind when you say cube.
Sounds good. And, okay, now you have this cube in your hand. You're in a field, okay? There's nothing in this field right now, but what's the weather like when you're just standing in this field? Is it raining? Is it sunny?
Oh, it's straight sun.
Straight
no
sun.
Clouds.
Awesome. Clear skies, love it. And now on this field is what does this look like? Is there a lot of hills? Is there grass, flowers? What are we looking at?
I would say it's kind of like hilly, like small mountains.
Okay.
Like small mountains hill, but very green.
Very green.
Yeah.
And now you have obviously in a field you gotta have a house and things like that. And with every house, I'm sure someone has some sort of ladder. How tall is this ladder that you own?
How tall is the ladder?
Yeah, how tall is your ladder? Guys, PG-13, okay? I didn't say how long is this ladder. I said how tall is this ladder, okay?
Oh, you know what? I'm keeping it pretty realistic. I'm gonna say this ladder goes to the clouds.
Goes to the clouds. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And and in that case, my next question is like, is this ladder propped up? And in your case, yes, it's propped up all the way to the clouds. You guys are terrible. And now, with every home, you may want to have a pet. In this case, we're going to give you a horse. Glad no hamsters in this scenario. So, in terms of this horse, how is this horse groomed? Is it not groomed? Is it dirty? Is it clean? What does it look like?
Oh, it's a stallion. It is muscular, large, groomed.
Groomed, love it. Perfect. And I love it. Its answer is amazing. All right, so we've asked you tons of questions here, and obviously they all mean something. So this is to explain who Glad is, and for anyone that did it listening to this or watching, here's a fun one for you. So the cube represents your ego. So your ego is just a regular size, so it's nothing crazy. I remember when I did this first time, I'm just like the biggest fucking thing you've ever seen in your life. So,
and it makes sense because you're a fucking egotist. I'm just kidding.
I remember the first time I was like, oh shit, I fucked up. But no, it's so, your ego's just regular, nothing crazy. The weather means your life in this moment right now. So yours is a clear sky, sunny day. So it seems like you're having a good life right now. So no complaints there. And again, I remember when I did this first time, I'm like thunderstorms, rain, tornadoes. I was like, fuck. And the person doing it with me was like laughing. They're like, oh shit, this guy's going through some mental shit right now. Next thing you mentioned is very green, full of life, hills. So meaning your friendships, your family. Seems like everything's just, you have a good surrounding when it comes to your personal life. Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of your ladder is your goals, what you want to reach. So you want to reach the clouds. So it looks like you have no ceiling in terms of what you want to reach in your life, which is awesome. So I honestly, I wouldn't doubt that for a second. And then the horse, which is my favorite, is your partner in your life. I don't think you're married, right, Glad? So it's your future partner. So you want this person that you want to be with for the rest of your life to be well groomed. They better be muscular. You know what I mean? So and
sure. I mean, that's literally, the horse part is spot on for sure.
Right. So, and there you go. That's a little psychology thing for you. I figured it'd be a little fun to get to know you. And everyone like dying about the ladder. Like, you guys are children. Like, what the fuck?
I know.
I went there too. So I mean, well, let's be honest. We're all dirty minded.
Um,
Oh Jesus Christ, DJ.
DJ in the chat. And by the way, I read this in the chat earlier. Boneless chicken wings is not chicken wings. I just want to like throw it out there. It's not. It's chicken nuggets. Like it's. I'm sure Glad has screamed this in his streams previously, but I think everyone can agree boneless chicken wings is not chicken wings.
Glad. What's your thoughts of these accusations?
He doesn't want to say anything anymore.
He's silent. He's like, fuck this, I'm out.
I love it.
We've said what needed to be said. The conversation is over.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, that's great. That's good. I like it. Go ahead, Spider.
No, go for it.
No, I don't even know. I was just saying,
Oh man.
professional. I'm a professional over here. Yeah, no, I completely forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, no worries. So, Glad, in terms of right now, you're streaming every day. You know, you're working out. You have so many things going on in your life. What is the future for Glad?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you want to be a streamer for the rest of your life, but like, what's your goal?
I guess the short to medium terms, I just want to keep growing a community to take anywhere. You know, I don't want my community to be just like Destiny.
Okay.
That's, I've always been very I've always wanted things to be about what we have,
Mm-hmm.
me and everybody together, and not just the game Destiny, and one of the hardest things for me recently was to start playing other games, because I had started on Destiny a couple years ago, but
Yeah.
I definitely that's where I want to go. I want to get involved in other games, other communities, all over, the gaming world. And it doesn't stop just with gaming. Like, I do a lot of stuff for just trying to help people and encourage people and guide people to be the best person that they can.
Awesome.
And, not just be quick to pounce, and encourage healthy lifestyle, both physically and mentally, and not be afraid to, reach out if you need to. Just be a really good shoulder and guide for people that might be confused or lost, because I know what it's like in the world to not know what you're going to be doing, to not know what you want to do, to not know who you are, to not have like any idea. And I think the best thing that we can do as people is to just support and encourage, and you want to surround yourself with people who are going to support your interests and not try to control them, So.
And what did you do before streaming though? Like I know
I was a pharmaceutical sales rep.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Okay.
I ended up hating it,
So you were Jake Gyllenhaal and
I was Jake Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal in that one movie with
Or
yeah, you know
Viagra.
Yes, you were selling Viagra.
And
Yeah, basically.
and you, and you seem to be into like motivating people, and like
Very much so. I just want people to be the best person that they can be, and not everybody everybody's got some shit going on, and not everybody has had a wonderful, perfect life, and nobody really has, but a lot of people could use some light in their day. And I always thought this when I was a pharmaceutical sales rep. I realized very quickly, like, these people are busy. Their doctors are busy. They're dealing with insurance problems, bitchy patients, hot office. And I was like, I am just going to go in there. Match the vibe. Never want to exceed. Like, you never want to go into a party and just, attention on me, like, just sense it out. How's the vibe? Vibe's pretty low today and quiet. I'm going to remain low and quiet, but I'm going to be a light, and not a, not just like adding on to the bullshit, sympathizing, empathizing, matching the vibe.
Yeah, you want to
just being a bright part of their day. And that's what I want to do with Twitch too, is I realized very early on, when I wasn't happy with my job, I found Twitch to be a really good source of entertainment, just like movies and TV. And I had a bunch of people that I would watch. It literally just made my evenings better. And I was like, okay, I want to do that. Like, you know, I want to be a part of somebody's day. Like, I feel like I can definitely help people. And then, you know, that's what I tell people all the time. And I tell this to, you know, the Fudge Pusher team that we put together. Like, you're the reason that somebody literally is ready to wake up in the morning. They're waiting for you to go live. Like, you need to, if you're a part of somebody's day as a streamer, I don't want to say it's like your responsibility, but if you want to do good things in the world and you want to have like a positive impact on people, streaming in general is just a really, really, really good way to leave a really positive impact on people and make people's days better and help them get through the nights and help them get through their breakups and help them just get through their gaming ruts and show them good things and teach them good things. And, you know, everybody has different wisdom. And, you know, this all goes back to like where I want to go. I just want to continue to do that because I love the relationships and stuff in the conversations that we have on a daily basis. They're like some streams are just about gaming. I don't want it to be about gaming. I want it to be like a podcast.
Yeah. So,
but a ridiculous
one. I like that. Yeah. So, pharmaceutical, you were in sales and you didn't like it. So is that basically when you found Twitch and you were like, all right, we're gonna make a change? And
I found Twitch before pharma sales.
Okay.
Yeah, I just Twitch was a huge risk for me. I mean, yeah, Twitch was when I moved out to Colorado 3 years ago. I didn't even have 10,000 YouTube subs yet, but I'd been working at it for a couple of years. Like, it was a very slow process, and I just kind of took a huge risk. Quit my job, moved out here, and just started over. Bought a bunch of shit.
Why Denver?
Because I came out here for a concert and I fell in love with the people and the vibe. And I love mountains. I love skiing. I love outdoors.
I also love skiing. I was just in Breckenridge in March.
Okay, yeah, no, Breck is awesome.
Not this March. No, I'm sorry, February. I was out in February, right before COVID basically blew up. In February, I was in Breckenridge, and I love it there.
Yeah, no, Breck is great. Breck is definitely great.
It's a great place. So that's cool.
I like that you use your platform. Like, obviously, you have a very large platform that you can reach a lot of people. So it's nice that you know you want to stick to the positivity inside the community, especially instead of just Destiny. Everything. You want to have no limits, which is good.
That's the plan. Yeah.
In terms of, I read this in chat, and I kind of like want to take advantage of it. And someone says that Liger wants relationship advice.
Oh,
what I mean? So glad we're gonna like give the floor to you. And if you were to give Liger here maybe fitness, relationship, anything to motivate this guy, what would you say to Liger right now to motivate him? Hey, relationships, fitness. I want the whole shebang. I want him to be a changed man.
I'm down 35
pounds. No. We want to enrich your life, Liger.
Here's something I tell people all the time. You have to remember that you're number one. You got to take care of yourself first. You have to be happy with yourself. You have to be confident in yourself. You have to take care of yourself first. You have to make yourself number one in your life. Because if you can't trust yourself, then how the fuck do you expect to be able to take care of pets and a girlfriend and a family and a dog? You have to be really confident and get your own head on straight before you start dealing with other shit. And a lot of that starts with just writing shit down that you have to do, or going to the gym, or like eating healthy, things that'll just get you efficient, And as far as like relationship stuff, just fucking be honest with people, because too many people are playing games and like beating around the bush and fucking with people, and it's like, just be honest with people. There's no harm with approaching somebody that you have interest in and expressing interest in them. I've been turned down so many times, it's ridiculous. Like, don't be afraid to shoot your shot if it's there, and just be honest with people that you're in relationships with. And I think that's the best way. Like, if you
love it,
if you feel differently about somebody, explain to them why. Like, people, the more that you sit there and don't open up about things, the more fake your relationships are with people.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I love
Yeah,
it. Hey, Liger, you got that advice? You took it down?
I did. I
You
wrote
took,
it. I wrote
you
it
took
down.
notes?
I
You took notes
took a
then?
mental
Good man.
Snapchat, and
It's not every day we have
Yeah.
Glad on the show, you know, so you got to make sure this moment, you know, lasts with you. So thankfully we record this.
But seriously though, like we're all different.
Mhm.
We're not meant to be the same. If we were, it
Yeah.
would be boring. We're all
Of course.
different, and we need to fully accept like all the good things about us and what are our interests and what are we good at. And you might say, I'm not good at anything. I said, no, you're not.
No, that's not true. Yeah.
You just need to like look deeper into yourself, and you need to learn to accept those things. And if you're going to meet people along the way that are going to criticize and come at you from all these different angles, they are not a part of your life. Fuck them. Who cares? Like, get them out of here. Like,
Amen.
they're pointless. They're gnats on your shoulders. Fuck those people. Seriously.
Yeah.
No.
Double middle fingers. Surround yourself with people with similar interests and similar energy as you. People that are going to
100%.
support you and help you grow as a person and have engaging discussions, and you move forward. You don't worry about the things that are out of your control.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, you know, have a negative day every day, you know what I mean? You want to have that positive crowd around you, enlightening, making you laugh
Yeah.
and stuff, right? So,
If you're in a situation where you feel trapped or something, just think about what you can do to just get the fuck out of there.
yeah.
Yeah.
You make a change. If you never do anything about something, then nothing's ever going to change.
100%.
Don't focus on the things that you can't do.
Agreed. No, that's some good advice. I'm working on it.
Yeah, like somebody the other day came in and they were talking about their girlfriend breaking up with them, and how they tried everything in their power to get them back. And I'm like, see, that's where you need to be careful, because you can't change how somebody feels about you.
Yeah.
You have to give people their space and let their thoughts process a little bit. You don't want to be you gotta focus on what can you do to help you feel better at this time, because it sucks. It's in a shitty situation. And what can you do to keep yourself busy?
I couldn't agree more. Like we had a show a couple weeks ago, and I mentioned this, that I've never felt like truly sad or like depressed or for more than maybe a day. Like the day, that day I'm sad, and then the morning of I'm just like, all right, cool. Like we're days reset, we're back. We're back at it. And I totally agree. Like at the end of the day, you want to get rid of all the garbage in your life to make room for all the good stuff, right? And in terms of relationships, I couldn't agree more. Like in terms of someone, if you're getting dumped by someone, you want to make sure you reevaluate the situation and making it 100% sure that you want this person back, and if this person's actually adding value to your life, not in just a physical way, but in all avenues, emotionally as well.
And also to think about what value do you bring to people's lives? What value can you bring to the world as well? Like recognizing, like the first step to, I guess, confidence and not feeling like you're worthless in the world is to sitting down and recognizing, okay, you are worth. What are you worth? What can you bring? What value are you bringing? Like there's stuff that you bring to the table that other people don't. You just haven't seen it yet. And that'll also help you on your quest to being confident. Confidence is such a key. I say that word all the time. Being confident in yourself is such a tremendous how would you even describe that word? Just like feeling towards yourself that is very easy to get twisted and very easy to have, but it's something that can always be worked on.
It's powerful.
Like you can definitely work on your confidence. You can work on your self-confidence.
Agreed.
And that comes by focusing on the right things, whereas too many people focus on the wrong things. Way too many people focus on the wrong things.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. So that was all that was some deep stuff. I like it. No, I appreciate it. And everyone wanted you to give me advice, so there we go.
We have these conversations every single day in stream.
That's good. That's good, because you also never know who actually needs to hear it,
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a good thing. And even someone in chat might have needed to hear that. So that's some good stuff. So we do we keep it around an hour, so we're right there. So we have one last thing to do with you. So this is called our hot takes. Usually, the first 2 weeks we did it. Spider did it with me. He made me feel uncomfortable, so that was really fun. But whenever we have a guest, we switch it to them basically. So Spider and I came up with 5 hot takes. It's basically as simple as, Glad, do you like Coke or Pepsi? And then you're gonna say Coke or Pepsi. Now I know you probably don't drink pop, but you know what I mean. It's left or right. Think about it for 2 seconds. Say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay?
No.
They start easy and then they get more difficult. And I really like the last one. All right. So number 1, hot take: Horizon Zero Dawn or God of War.
God of War.
All right. Number 2, since I know you're a steak man, filet or ribeye.
Ribeye.
My man. See, I knew that was the answer. Here's a good one, a little more difficult, a little more controversial. Math class or tier 1.
Regarding what?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Math class or tier 1.
Math
Spit it out.
class. I'm rooting for him to get a world's first.
No, good
Yeah.
man.
Well,
Good
technically
man.
they do, but I'm rooting for like the new math class to get a world's first with data
Yeah.
in it.
Fair enough. All right, number 4. This is a
tier
good
one.
one.
Tier 1 has one, so that's why I'm going with math class.
Sounds
Yes,
good. I
it's
like
very
that.
kind. Chevy or modern?
Oh
I wish modern was still in the chat. Spit it out.
You're like taking my old 2-man partner and he left to play Destiny, and now you're asking me about my new 2-man partner.
That's why these hot takes are real.
Yeah, Chevy or modern?
All right, Chevy wasn't doing trials carries today. We're going with modern.
Yeah, buddy.
I've known modern for longer too.
A man modern. All right, and the final one, number 5. Lexi Pantera or hamsters.
Oh God. Dude. I mean, I got to go with my Glad flirt.
There you go.
Yes,
Spin that Glad flirt, baby.
yes. I fucking love it.
Too
Oh
funny.
man, the man's a man. Let's go.
Love it, love it. So those are the hot takes. Nice and not too easy, but not too hard, and you seems like you went through it pretty well. But yeah, we're so glad to have you here, Glad, and thank you so much for making the time to be on episode 5.
Yeah.
For anyone watching or listening, you can find Glad on Twitter, of course, and Twitch, GLADD, and then we have
GLADD, except for Instagram. That's GLADD on Twitch. Glad on Twitch. I just started Instagram again, so I haven't snagged that tag yet.
Oh, not yet, buddy. Soon enough.
You just gotta tell them who you are.
Yeah.
And Liger, where can we find you?
You know me, Liger313_ on Twitter and Liger313 on Twitch. So.
And then soon maybe he'll get the OG.
Forever the _ fucking Liger313 on Twitch. Shit's maddening.
And then for anyone watching, you can follow me on Twitter, Spidercides, or on Twitch. And we'll be continuing streaming on this channel rather than going back and forth with myself and Ligers. And stay tuned for next week, because next week we're going to have Triple Rec live on camera for episode 6 before my small vacation.
In months.
So finally he will be streaming, not on his channel. So it's going to be really good. So stay tuned for that. But thank you all. And yeah, take care.
Peace out.